So maybe there's some sort of other move. Is it rook, queen h7?
I think Magnus switching for the queen.
Yeah, queen h8, queen f6. Yes, no, queen h6. That's the mate. You get the queen to g7 and then whoop, swing the queen around and checkmate it on e7. That's the mate. And he's done it.
Very nice. And I think Magnus has figured it out. He's figured it out.
Well. I mean, that's just something Magnus eats for breakfast. Queen h8, there it is.
And now we see also, I think, Alireza's facial expression a second ago there also gave away that he has seen it as well. And
that is a heartbreaking first round for Alireza Firouzja. And you can see the frustration. And he goes, what does he do? Queen.
Yeah, I mean, chess is a cruel game. And there we see the resignation. No handshakes here in Wijk and Zee, but what a turnaround. Magnus Carlsen, but he took the game. He took the game to Alireza, giving up 1 pawn, 2 pawns, giving up the exchange and
Hello everyone and welcome back to another exciting video. And we have 2021 now, so the Tata Steel Masters have begun just now. The live stream got over. So today in this video you're going to see a brilliant attacking game by Magnus Carlsen against Firouzja. Again, Magnus Carlsen strikes and beat Firouzja. So it was round 1 and Magnus was white in this game, and Alireza, the young boy who fought very well, was black, and he begins with a move pawn to d4. Well, Magnus was white and he begins with pawn to d4, knight to f6, c4, e6, knight to f3, pawn to d5. Well, Queen's Gambit declined variation, so knight to c3, knight bd7, bishop g5, pawn to h6, attacking the bishop, so bishop went back to h4, so bishop e7. Pawn captures on d5, knight captures, and now bishop captures e7, queen captures, and pawn to e4. Well, controlling the center and as well as attacking the knight. Attacking the knight. So knight captures on c3, b captures on c3, and black castled bishop to d3. An important move to control the, make sure your bishop is looking towards the diagonal. So very important move, bishop to d3. So c5, trying to break the center, but Magnus simply castled. So pawn captures on d4 again. So pawn to b6. Well, opening a space for the bishop on c8. a4. Now main idea is to play a5 and somehow try to break the pawn on b6 and get an open file of b and c file as well. So a4, bishop to b7, a5. So pawn captures on a5, rook captures on a5, knight to f6, rook e1, rook fd8, and queen a1. Well, somewhat making a pressure on a7 pawn. So queen c7, pawn to h3, somewhat trying to open up the pawn structure because to avoid the bank rank weaknesses as well. So pawn to a6, the pawn on a7 was pressurized, so pawn to a6 was played. So rook to c5, attacking the queen, so queen to f4. Rook to e5, well placed rook, so knight to d7, knight disturbs the rook, so rook went back to a5, again knight to f6. So d5, again breaking the pawn, moving forward with the pawns, so pawn captures, and now pawn to e5. Well, not rook capture, the pawn is moving forward, that's it. So knight to e4, queen to d4. So rook dc8, bringing the rook on the open file. So rook aa1. So pawn to a5, rook a b1 attacking the bishop, so bishop to c6 was played in the game. So pawn to e6 by Magnus, a very sharp move, but the better was to play rook to b6. But in the game, Magnus chooses to play pawn to e6. So pawn captures pawn and knight to e5. Well, like attacking the bishop, so no problem. Rook is supporting that. So queen f6 and now f3 by Magnus. But here computer is suggesting the move, that is bishop captures on e4, pawn captures, knight captures, rook captures on c6 and queen captures on e4. And this what like the white is somewhat cannot able to progress in this position. So let me go back now. Well, after the move pawn to f3, you have like knight to g5. So rook to b6 and bishop to e8, queen to e3, a4. So now knight to g4 attacking the queen. So queen went back to d8 and rook captures on e6. Our first sacrifice comes on the board. So knight captures and queen captures on e6. Check. So well, now that's like king h8 is a move, but Alireza made a shocking big blunder, that is bishop f7, a big blunder you can say, because yeah, this move totally changes the game, totally. Well, okay, bishop f7 was played in the game, but let us see a move, that is king to h8. So king to h8. So now queen to f5, threatening a mate on h7. So how to stop this? So queen to b6, a very important move to bring your queen on b6. So check, so king f1, and here bishop to g6 has to be played, otherwise black king will get checkmated. So queen captures on g6 by black, and bishop captures and pawn to a3. Well, in this position, Alireza has more chances to move ahead on the game, but in our game Alireza miscalculated and played the move bishop f7, which was a very big mistake, you can say. So bishop f7, and here Magnus turns on to attack, that is knight captures on h6 with a check. Well, happened. So pawn captures by Alireza, but let us see who move like king h8. So knight into f7 check. So there is a fork between king and queen, king and queen, and king to g8, knight captures d8 with a check, king to h8, and queen e8 is a checkmate on the board. So in the game, pawn captures, and here what played is, that is queen captures on h6. And now here totally terrible for Firouzja. He is very disappointed because he is losing now, and last try with queen c7 by him. So here queen c7, queen h7 check, king to f8, queen h8 check, bishop to g8, queen h6 check, and queen to g7. Avoiding the check, but let us see queen f7. Now bishop g6 check comes in, king to f6, bishop h5 check, king to f5, g4 is a brilliant checkmate. So let me go back again. Queen g7 by Firouzja, and here comes the last move by Magnus, that is queen to d6 check, and this is all over. White is completely winning. Well, that's the last move, queen to e7, then queen captures. If king f7, then queen e7 is a checkmate on the board. Well, your comments and questions please about this game. Hope you liked it, and please to hit the like button and please to subscribe to my channel. Well, I'm seeing my YouTube analytics, but 75% of the people do watch it freely without subscribing my channel. If you're seeing, then please do subscribe. I will also get some support. So thanks for watching, and I will meet you in another video. Till then, take care and bye for now.